Welcome back. I've got 2 videos, but 40 minutes. But you know, I channel the way I channel, and spirit channels the way they channel. So I can't exactly stick to the scrolling rules on TikTok, and I'm not supposed to, because you know, that's society, that's the programming, and yeah, I'm not supposed to. So I channel the way I channel, and the 40 minutes long, but there's activations and light codes and Reiki in there, you know, because Reiki is not stuck to physical logistics. No, bypasses all of that. So the so there's the light language. Bypasses the human mind, you know, goes to the soul. It's soul language, ancient original soul language. But yeah, that's those 2 videos. So if you've got time, they're like 40 minutes each. There's one with the music, and there's also one without the music. So I've got a channel on YouTube also, and yeah, sometimes the music on YouTube, it's for copyright issues. So for my subscribers on there, I have to do it without the music, which is a bit of a bummer. Again, it's like you've been put in that box, society's rules. So it's what it is. But I do it twice, and then I can get to people I need to get to, you know. But this reading, it's the Gemini moon, so you could be feeling pretty intense in energy. But you know, I can't speak for others, but personally, it was a rare blue moon that's been intense for me, and I feel like I'm coming out of that energy now. This is the first time in quite some time, maybe a week and a half, I've been dressed. Luckily I work from home, and yeah, I've got that capability, you know, that I can just stay in my PJs and work from home. But luckily, yeah, spirits aligning me that way on my path, that I'm working from home, building a healing business online and working from home. And I can reach others, you know, on this platform now, which was the plan all along. So, yeah, that I've been integrating, I've been upgrading, I've been doing all sorts. To be quite honest, I don't know what I've been doing, but the energies was intense. And you know, pearl after pearl after pearl, and I'm twin flame, and I'm an ancient soul, so I feel this stuff. Like 8 years I've been on this journey now. Yeah, I feel it. I feel the moods, feel the cycles, feel the pearls, and it's getting stronger. Upgrade. Yeah, the more I upgrade, the more I feel things. So it's been pretty intense, and I've also had a bug on top of that. But it's all been in my throat. And this moon, to me, it's about the throat, and it's about communication. And yeah, it's about twins, you know, Gemini, zodiac sign, twins. It's that duality is what I'm getting. So I feel a twin reading coming on. That's why I'm back on that. Yeah, but look at that. Bottom of the pack, communication. Yeah, this is this moon. Feel it. I also feel communication is going to come in soon for a lot of the twins. Truth talk. Yeah, that the clearing and the activation I've just done was about communication, saying what needs to be said. Truth talk, tough love. Yeah, twin flame journey is tough. It's tough love. It's lessons after lessons. It's integration. It's recalibration. It's upgrades. It's things out of this world. It's things in this world. It's obstacles, unseen and seen. It's tough. Yeah. There comes a time where truth has to be spoken. You get to a point in this journey, you've got to communicate that, you know, because the integration and the separations and all the phases, the different stages of the twin flame awakening, spiritual awakening. I can only speak about my twin flame awakening, which is my spiritual awakening, but I'm connected to another body, same soul, two bodies on this earthly plane. Split souls, mirror souls. Yeah, so mirror is the word. One does the work, the other does the work. Divine feminine energy, me, is the intuition, the divine feminine intuition, the connection to source, the all-seeing oracle, knowing of this connection. I woke up to this connection first. So I'm guiding. So I do the work, twin does the work, but we heal in different ways, you know. So I'm spiritual, but I'm also very grounded. Learn how to ground because, yeah, I'm on the earthly realm, so I have to be grounded because there was times I just felt too far up in the 5D. And you can't be all 5D. You've got to have that balance, and that's what this connection's about, is finding that balance. And when you find that balance, that's when your communication and your truth talk comes in. That's when you receive your love note. Yeah, finding that balance is when you go inside. It's all about going inside. You know, as a society, and as we've been programmed, we've been taught to look outside of ourselves, go to people for the answers, go to the church for the answers. That's another story altogether, what I've learned on this journey. That's why this journey was taking me to. I now know, completely know. But yeah, it's about going inside, not looking outside, not taking other people's projections on, not listening to others' projections, because they are not on your path. They are not in your connection. They do not feel spirit. They do not hear spirit. They do not have the downloads coming through daily from spirit, guiding you, aligning you on this path, you know. So it says here, connecting on a deeper level of complex feelings, heartfelt, convoluted, in-depth. Yeah, the twin flame journey. You're going there. It's an in-depth journey. Spiritual awakening, I can't speak for others. All I can do is speak for my journey. It's an in-depth journey. It's the deepest, darkest, scariest cave you're ever going to go in. By cave, I mean that cave inside. That's what this journey's taught me. I had to go into a cave inside myself to discover the full, complete balance of my energies that I held inside me, but I didn't know I held these energies inside me. I'd heard of the words divine. I'd heard of the words feminine and masculine. Divine, I wasn't using that with the feminine and the masculine, and I didn't know that these two polarities, supposedly opposite polarities, we held inside us. No, I wasn't aware of that, but I got aware of that pretty quick on this journey when I started to discover more and more and more and go inside this cave, and it started to illuminate things for me. That light started to break through these shadows. The more I healed my shadows, you have to excuse me because my throat chakra has been severely attacked lately, and that's another thing. These shadows, some seen, some unseen, some yours, some not yours. So the unseen, it's the spiritual warfare that twins come up against on this path. So the more you go searching for your light, the more the spiritual warfare revs up. Why? Because when twins find their full light and light up and illuminate their gifts inside of them, it's game over for the unseen forces of this world. And believe me, there's many. So My throat chakra, yeah, it's been attacked lately. But, you know, I've done enough work on myself to understand that it's all right. I can bring my throat chakra back around, you know, by using crystals, sodalite, you know, working on my energy body, working on my emotions also, you know, because your emotions, when you've suppressed those emotions so much, you know, our voices got took from us. So if you caught my last reading, practical magic, the witch wound, yeah, let's talk about witches, practical magic. Yeah, I get messages in telepathy, music. If you've been following me, you'll know that. That's part of the gifts that retained. Yes. At first I thought, it's a bloody case. It's all, I keep hearing music and I haven't even got my Alexa on. You know, she's not even playing. I haven't got a CD or nothing on. But I kept hearing that music every morning. Sometimes during the day, before going to bed. I started to realise that the music was coming from somewhere else, you know, and it was giving me messages, it was bringing me messages. So my spirit team, my angels, my twin flame, higher self, telepathy. It's all true. I didn't know this 8 years ago, but I discovered it by going into this deep dark cave of myself and facing my shadows and illuminating my telepathy gifts. Yeah, and then I got used to the music. And now when I don't get any music, my messages coming through, I'm like, you gone to sleep, spirit? Because, yeah, you can get used to this path also. At first, no. I was like, what is going on? What's happening to me? Do I need to go see a doctor? Yeah, I had all that going on. But pretty soon, you know, going into the deepest, darkest depths of you, you're facing things that you never thought you'd face in this lifetime. I never did, not 8 years ago. If you'd have told me now, 8 years ago, what I know now, I'd have gone, I don't know about that. No, that can't happen, Ronnie. Don't be silly. There's no spiritual warfare. Don't be silly. We've been told the truth. Don't be silly. We've got our voices. No, we haven't. We've got our voices silenced. That witch wound I've healed from my ancestral line, so my mother's line. I've reclaimed our voices back, you know, and they don't want that. So my voice being attacked recently is because I'm very, very close. I'm at the finish line. And they know how powerful you are on your own. But when those twins come into full union, complete balance, after you've come into union yourself, complete balance, by facing your shadows, going into that cave, your wounds, your traumas, your ancestral, your bloodline, you're healing it for not just yourself. No, you're facing other shadows, your shadow boxing, your ancestral's shadows for the generations to come. You're boxing them shadows as well. You're knocking them out of the way. So the next generation can have a free run. One way, you know, can see the next generation, my children and their children. Yeah, they're not going to be held down. They're not going to be silenced. They're going to speak the truth. They're going to have the voices. Because I was the one, the ancient soul, the 144, the twin flame, the Lemurian, the many is what I know. That's returned back to me since I went into the cave inside myself, and I discovered this about myself that was hidden. And I've returned the ancestors' voices back, and the witch wound is now healed. Hence why I'm talking about the magic, and hence why I'm talking, because I've reclaimed the voices back. And my own voice that got silenced, you know, trickled down in time, programming, matrix, all of that. Yeah, and it's pretty magical, you know. At first I was like, not sure about this path. What's this about? but practical magic. Yeah, that's what it's about. Practical magic. It's about finding that magic inside yourself. What they didn't want us to find all along. And silenced it for how long? I don't know. Thousands and thousands of years, let's say. From the ancestrals all the way down. Yeah. Seeing visions, you know, of myself being a witch and being persecuted for having these gifts. So my connection to spirit and the intuition and the psychic medium gifts. I've seen visions while I've been doing Reiki sessions that, you know, that members return to me. And I've gone into this cave of myself and returned that, that DNA, you know, because it's somewhere inside yourself, inside this cave. You're going in there, and it's DNA. What you're going into. That's the depth of what you're going into. You're rebooting your DNA, your remembrance, your divine blueprint. It's all about remembrance, remembering who you truly are. And I think it's safe to say I remember who I am. I remember who I've been many, you know, and are many, because we're not just one. We're also very, very high vibration, multidimensional beings. So, yeah. And this card came out. Give one another space to grow, release, breathe, clear. Yeah, that's what I feel is happening in my my connection again. Because, you know, this card here also, which I said, yeah, that one. Yeah. Sometimes on your twin flame journey, you're going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Change directions. Take detours. Changing your mind, being confused emotionally. Yeah, uncertainty. Yeah, you wouldn't be human. You wouldn't have been that programmed human if you didn't have uncertainty. But you're going into your cave to face all this uncertainty, to change the direction, what you've been told you had to go in, you know. You're finding your own direction by going inside this cave, inside yourself. And yeah, you're finding your wings inside this cave. You're finding the divine feminine, divine masculine energies inside yourself. You're balancing them out. Takes many years, not going to lie. Takes many, many years. Took me 8 years. And I'm still stabilising those energies. I believe I've balanced them out because I'm talking now, truth talk, you know. So I wouldn't be talking about my story, my journey, if I'd not balanced those two polarities out inside of me and I'd found my light and my gifts. I wouldn't be able to, you know. I wouldn't hear the telepathy. I wouldn't have these psychic visions that I have. My clairs and my sentience, all that lot would not be online if I'd not gone inside this cave on a long discovery journey there. I discovered more and more and more parts of myself and discovered I was much more than I've been giving myself credit for, you know, and all of us are that as well, not just me. Yes, it was a soul journey on my own, alongside my twin, running parallel in the 5D, always, no separation, that's the illusion also. But I discovered it's all been a little illusion, you know, since I got here. I'm into Earth as a soul, came to Earth, chose this for this timeline. 12 brothers find their direction. 12 brothers go inside their cave, face their shadows, find their light, find this telepathy, find these beautiful gifts inside us. What they called the witch, you know. No, there was gifts. There was connection to source. That was the silencing. You know, the divine masculine never got silenced. Not the energy. The divine feminine got silenced. They disconnected the two. They unplugged them from each other. Why? because they know how powerful the two are. And they also know that if you find these two powerful polarities inside of you, wow, do you find your light? Yeah. And then there's no going back, you know. You're in the right direction then. You've woke up. You found your wings. Yeah, and I found my angel wings. I found my butterfly wings. I found my dragonfly wings. I found my dragon wings. Just found my wings. You know? Yeah. And I learned how to release. And I can breathe. Knowing the truth, you know, sets you free. Because you can see beyond what you've been told, and you're out that matrix, you know, for good. Because once you see that truth, once you really, really find the truth of who you are and who others are, who we all are, there's no going back. Can't change direction then. You know, your eyes are open. No, you see things clearly. Yeah, so it's about truth. This moon is about communication. Yeah, Gemini, the twins. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be some very intense energetic shifts for the twins. I mean, nothing unusual there, you know, used to it now. But I feel my voice is returning. First time I've been able to talk properly without coughing for a few weeks. And I've been doing a lot of, you know, behind the scenes work on myself, you know, so working with crystals, working on my chakras, cleansing, detoxing, purging. Yes, yeah, since the blue moon. 8 years before that. Yeah, but, you know, there's times where this path goes up in intensity and then you know, it lowers and then, yeah, and then you find your equilibrium. Yeah, your equilibrium. Yeah, thinking a lot of twins are going to find their equilibrium once that communication comes in and there's truth talk. That's where you find your equilibrium. Yeah, your balance, the saying. Yeah, I could just see the scales, you know, and they're just going like that. So we're just learning how to keep those scales balanced, stabilised. You know, those things that you put on the scales. Yeah, they're showing me them. And they're going like, oh. Yeah. I can see the divine feminine and the divine masculine. I can see seesaw now also. Yeah, it's about balancing. Getting that seesaw to stay stable. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. And enjoy this moon. I think it's less intense than the rare blue moon that we've been in. But I can't speak for others, and I never will. I can only speak my truth. I can only speak of my experience. What, you know, my journey, my story. That's all I would ever speak about. But yeah, but we're all on our own journey. So I'll never speak about others' journeys. But we're all on our journey to finding that balance inside ourselves. You know, once one's walked it and they know the way, then they can show others the way. And then so on and so on and so on. Over that rainbow bridge. That's for another reading. So I shall leave it there because that's 24 minutes. And I don't know if my phone's going to spontaneously like combust into a big ball of fire because it's holding a lot, you know, on the files and that, and 40 minutes readings, but is what it is. I channel the way I channel, and that's speaking your truth, you know. Yeah, you become authentic, more authenticity, you become the real you, and yeah, like channeling for me is how it comes out. I can't stop the camera if it's 40 minutes. It is how it is. And that's the truth of this journey. It is what it is. Yeah. You learn to just flow with it, you know. I shall leave it there. So enjoy this moon, and be careful how you speak and think also. Spell casting, it's very, very powerful. So intention setting, manifestation, truth talk, communication, speaking, thinking, spell casting. That witch. Yeah. Okay. Spell. Go cast your spells, but you know, make them positive. That's what I'm saying.